Hey guys, it's Andrew McFarland from StartAJuiceBar.com, walking through the neighborhood here in Santa Monica, California. Just wanted to make a quick video. If you're new to the channel, for the last 7 years I have had the pleasure of running my own juice bar business, as well as helping many people like yourself start and operate their own juice bar businesses. So I wanted to make a quick video today and talk about the pros and cons of small scale juice bar operations. I talk to a lot of people out there. A lot of you are interested in starting your own juice business. You may not have a lot of money. I hope it's not too windy. But you may not have a lot of money, and you are looking to see how can you actually start this business in a reasonable scale. This might mean going to farmers markets. This might mean doing local delivery, running small scale cleanse programs, things of that nature. Okay. Now, what are the pros and cons of launching your business with this model? Let's start with the cons because we want to end on a good note. The first con is that you're limited in the scale that you can actually launch this business. So you are in a place where you're limited by refrigeration space, you're limited in prep space if you're functioning out of your home. The way that you make money in this business, or I should say one of the ways that you make money in this business, is through buying produce wholesale and selling your product retail. So a lot of your margins are built into the wholesale purchasing process. Now, if you were to, for example, purchase your ingredients wholesale, but you don't have the storage space, your home is not really built for, your home isn't really built to run a restaurant. So now you're in a position where you're going to be purchasing products retail, and at that point you're not really getting the margins that you need on this produce. Okay, let's say for example you actually do get to the place where you have a commercial kitchen. Okay, you go and you find one, you rent one, or maybe you even build one out. Okay, if you build one out and you find a good lease rate, you're in a situation where you're in a better situation, I should say. If you are renting one, depending on and there's equipment in there, those tend to be a lot more expensive. And so you just have to run the math and make sure that it makes sense. But overall, one of the cons that I'm pointing out here is that you are limited by space, and therefore you are limited in your capacity to really grow this business at scale. Because in the food industry, you don't have a lot of large profit margins. And so everything is based on volume, right? The more volume that you sell, the more money that you make. When you're doing this, when you're running this business on a small scale, it's really challenging to do high volume. Okay, so that's the first con. What's the next thing that you want to think about? The next thing is, in terms of the downside, is the financial, and it's connected to your scale. Your ability to really make a reasonable amount of money, or I should say a decent amount of money, where you're actually profitable, you feel good, because no matter what, you're going to be working intensely. You're going to be dedicating a lot of time, a lot of energy into this business, whether you have a store, whether you have a juice truck, or whether you're just running things within your house, right? You're still more likely than not going to be in a place where you're committed to a lot of time running this business. So you want to make sure it's worth your time and your energy. So if you can't really sell a lot of volume out of your house, the challenge is now, how do you actually make enough money for it to be not only sustainable, but for it to be profitable? And in the best case scenarios, I've seen people who are able to build sustainable models, but over time, because there's not that profitable income, people get burnt out, they get discouraged, and they don't want to do it anymore. Okay, so that's the other con. What is the greatest benefit? The greatest benefit is proving your concept, getting some experience, attracting investors. Okay, you are one of the things that I have to mention is that you are not going to get to the place where if you start on a small scale, 99 times out of 100, you are not going to be in a place where you can make enough money to actually scale your business in a reasonable way, not from your own income, okay? It is going to take outside investment. It's going to mean going to a bank or finding investors. So actually launching your business in this capacity, the greatest benefit is you get to prove your concept, meaning that you find out if customers really like your drinks, you find out how to operate to a certain degree. It's not going to be completely the same because your business is going to be different if you have staff than if you don't have staff. It's a completely different business. I shouldn't say completely different, but it's a different business. You're functioning within your business differently, and it takes different skills to manage people than it does to just work on your own. So I want to say all this not to discourage anyone from out there from starting their business on a small scale. I just want to really clarify a lot of the myths that might be present when it comes to starting this sort of what we could say is almost the small business entrepreneur's dream, which is, you know, you start with nothing and then you end up having a worldwide franchise. Yes, that's possible, but realize that it's going to take outside investment, outside resources. So if you're doing and operating your business from this place in order to actually attract these people, attract investors, prove your concept, great, do it for that reason. But you will not likely become very financially successful running your business at such a small scale. So that's the message for today. I hope that this has been supportive in clarifying some things for those of you out there. This is Andrew McFarland from StartAJuiceBar.com. Reach out to me if you have any questions, if there's any way that I can support you. And if you like the video, I invite you to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe. All right, see you guys soon. If you want to get